Meesha is depicted as a kind-hearted, innocent, and loving girl, someone who treats everyone around her with care and respect. She grew up in a large city with her parents, living a life of relative simplicity and hard work. Despite living in a bustling urban environment, her family was not wealthy. They were self-reliant, earning their living through their own efforts. This portrays Meesha's upbringing in a household that valued hard work, self-discipline, and independence. The story takes a tragic turn when a sudden accident occurs, which changes Meesha's life completely. This incident not only claims the lives of her parents, but also leaves her in a state of shock and helplessness. The narrative emphasizes the abrupt and devastating nature of life's events, showing how a single incident can drastically alter the course of a person's life. Meesha, who was once under the protective care of her parents, is now left completely alone in the world. However, Meesha is not entirely without responsibility. She has a younger brother, Dora, who is only 10 years old, and the responsibility of caring for him falls squarely on her shoulders. This sudden shift in duty marks a significant turning point in the story, as Meesha must transform from a dependent daughter into the sole caretaker for her sibling, while also managing her own emotional trauma and survival. In addition to the emotional challenges, Meesha faces severe financial difficulties. The household she lives in is under threat because of unpaid rent, and the landlord, Diya, threatens to evict them. This situation highlights the precariousness of life for people without financial stability, adding a layer of tension and urgency to Meesha's circumstances. She is forced to leave the safety of her home, stepping into a world where she must fend for herself and her younger brother. To secure their survival, Meesha begins searching for work. After a day filled with effort and perseverance, she manages to find employment at a beauty salon. This job becomes the first step in her journey toward independence and financial self-sufficiency. Her initial thoughts are focused on learning the trade and dedicating herself fully to her work, hoping to provide for her brother and manage their new life. At the salon, Meesha's dedication and sincerity immediately catch the attention of the owner, Diva, a kind and understanding woman. Diva appreciates Meesha's hard work, commitment, and eagerness to learn, and offers her and her brother accommodation in her own home, demonstrating the importance of mentorship and support in difficult times. This moment also introduces a positive influence in Meesha's life, showing that even in the face of hardship, help and guidance can come from unexpected sources. Meesha's early experiences at the salon are characterized by hard work and learning. She immerses herself in the craft, gaining the trust of clients and improving her skills day by day. The narrative here emphasizes perseverance, resilience, and adaptability, as Meesha navigates her first real taste of independence while juggling the responsibilities of caring for her younger brother. This initial part of the story also subtly introduces themes of social dynamics, class, and survival. Meesha's innocence and honesty are contrasted with the difficulties of living in a competitive urban environment, where money, status, and influence can determine life or hardship. Her reliance on her own efforts, coupled with the unexpected support from Diva, begins to shape her understanding of trust, human kindness, and the importance of making wise decisions in a complex world. Meesha has successfully transitioned from a dependent girl into a young woman facing life's harsh realities with determination. She learns not only the technical skills of her new job, but also lessons about responsibility, resilience, and the moral challenges of navigating adulthood in a difficult social and economic environment. After gaining experience and honing her skills at Diva's beauty salon, Meesha begins to dream of starting her own venture. Her motivation is not just financial independence, but also the desire to secure a stable future for her younger brother, Dora. With determination and savings from her hard work, she successfully opens a small hair salon. This marks a major milestone in Meesha's life, a shift from being a dependent worker to a self-reliant business owner. Initially, her salon struggles to attract clients. Meesha is meticulous and cautious in her approach, performing her work carefully and prioritizing quality over quantity. She focuses on providing excellent services like hair straightening, coloring, and styling, gradually building a reputation for her attention to detail. However, the slow pace of clients visiting her salon creates financial stress, as her income barely covers operational costs and personal needs. The pressure to survive in a competitive market begins to weigh heavily on her. At this point, Meesha experiences a moral dilemma. She contemplates using a chemical product that promises quicker results and higher profits, but carries serious risks for her customers' health. Her brother Dora cautions her against this, warning that it could harm people and ruin their reputation. This highlights the tension between ethical responsibility and financial survival, a central theme in this part of the story. Meesha's internal struggle reveals her ambition clashing with her conscience. Despite Dora's warnings, Meesha's greed and desperation for faster growth lead her to apply the chemical to her client's hair. Initially, the results are positive in terms of attracting more customers. People are impressed with the immediate effects of her treatments, and her salon's popularity begins to surge. This part of the narrative illustrates the temptation of shortcuts and the seductive power of profit, showing how easily ethical boundaries can be crossed under pressure. However, the negative consequences soon appear. The chemical causes allergic reactions and skin problems, forcing clients to repeatedly return for corrective treatments. While this inadvertently increases Meesha's income, it also endangers the health of her clients. This situation underscores the danger of unethical business practices and the unintended repercussions of prioritizing profit over safety. Mika, a supplier who often visited her salon, notices Meesha's actions. He becomes concerned about the potential harm and legal consequences. Mika's friend advises him to intervene and reveal the truth, highlighting the theme of moral accountability and the social responsibility of businesses. Mika's dilemma mirrors Meesha's. He must decide whether to protect clients' welfare or maintain profitable relationships. In her salon, Meesha remains blinded by ambition and the desire for quick success, ignoring Dora's warnings and the ethical advice from Mika. She continues using the chemical, attracting more clients while risking serious harm. The story shows how unchecked greed can distort judgment and compromise integrity, making Meesha increasingly isolated in her decision-making. The tension escalates when Mika's friend Josha decides to report the unethical practices to the authorities. This action represents the clash between ethical responsibility and personal loyalty. Josha's decision is driven by concern for public safety, illustrating that truth and justice can override business interests. This moment foreshadows the consequences that Meesha will soon face, demonstrating the inevitability of accountability in life. The consequences arrive swiftly. The police intervene, the salon is shut down, and the truth about the chemical's harmful effects becomes public. Meesha faces public humiliation, legal repercussions, and a tarnished reputation. This part of the story emphasizes the high stakes of ethical decisions, how a single lapse in judgment, driven by greed, can escalate into a crisis affecting one's livelihood, social standing, and personal life. Throughout this period, Meesha experiences intense fear, guilt, and helplessness. The narrative explores her psychological turmoil, showing her oscillation between regret and desperation. She realizes that her ambition without caution or moral consideration has caused irreparable harm. Her brother Dora and the mentor-like figure Diva are no longer able to fully shield her from the consequences, marking a turning point where Meesha must face the results of her own choices. This section also highlights the interconnectedness of decisions, consequences, and relationships. Meesha's actions not only affect herself, but also put her brother, clients, and suppliers in precarious situations. The story presents a cautionary tale about ethical responsibility, the dangers of shortcuts, and the impact of decisions on others, emphasizing that success achieved through unethical means is often unsustainable and destructive. Meesha's life is dramatically altered. She has gained financial growth temporarily, but at a tremendous moral and social cost. she faces the harsh reality that ambition alone is insufficient. Ethical judgment, caution, and responsibility are essential for long-term success and survival. This sets the stage for her next phase of learning, redemption, and rebuilding, which will be explored in subsequent parts. After the closure of her salon and the public exposure of the chemical scandal, Meesha faces a crisis that shakes both her confidence and her sense of identity. The shame and fear she experiences are profound. Her reputation has been tarnished, and the trust of her clients, community, and even her mentor figures has been compromised. This moment represents a critical turning point in her life. She must decide whether to succumb to despair or confront her mistakes and rebuild. Despite her fall from grace, Meesha demonstrates resilience and determination. She begins by reflecting on her journey, understanding the consequences of her actions, and acknowledging the importance of ethical practices in her profession. The narrative emphasizes her self-awareness and willingness to learn from past mistakes, qualities that will become the foundation of her redemption. Meesha's character evolves in this part, shifting from impulsive ambition to thoughtful, conscious decision-making. Recognizing the need for financial stability while maintaining ethical standards, Meesha decides to invest in a smaller, safer salon setup. She uses whatever savings remain after the legal consequences and the closure of her previous salon to create a modest hair and beauty studio. This new venture is designed to prioritize client safety and quality service over profit-driven shortcuts. Her decision reflects growth in responsibility, foresight, and moral integrity. In rebuilding her salon, Meesha also focuses on training and skill development. She revisits all aspects of hair care, from basic treatments to advanced styling techniques, ensuring that she can deliver safe and professional results. This stage of her life highlights her commitment to mastery and dedication to ethical entrepreneurship, showcasing that rebuilding a business ethically requires patience, discipline, and consistent effort. Meesha also seeks guidance from Deva, her former mentor, who encourages her to adhere strictly to ethical practices. Deva's support demonstrates the importance of mentorship and external support systems in navigating personal and professional crises. With Deva's advice, Meesha develops a structured plan for client management, marketing, and product usage, ensuring that her services are safe and sustainable. However, rebuilding the salon is not without challenges. Meesha faces competition from established salons, skepticism from clients who remember the previous scandal, and the constant pressure of providing for her younger brother Dora. These obstacles test her resilience and patience, emphasizing the reality of starting over after failure. Every client she serves is a test of her ability to regain trust, proving that reputation and credibility must be earned over time. During this period, Meesha also reflects on her relationship with Dora. Caring for a younger sibling while managing a business is emotionally and physically exhausting. Yet, this dual responsibility strengthens her resolve and fosters a sense of protective responsibility. Dora, who once depended entirely on Meesha, now becomes a source of emotional support as he witnesses her determination to rebuild her life. The story demonstrates how family bonds and shared responsibility can provide motivation and resilience during adversity. As Meesha gains confidence, her new salon gradually begins to attract clients. Word spreads about her dedicated, careful, and ethical approach, bringing in those who value safety and skill over shortcuts and gimmicks. The slow but steady growth of her business reflects the importance of integrity, quality, and persistence in long-term success. Her clients now trust her implicitly, knowing that their well-being and satisfaction are her top priority. Yet, challenges continue to appear in different forms. Competitors attempt to undermine her reputation, and there is ongoing pressure from suppliers and market demands to cut corners for faster profits. Meesha must navigate these external pressures without compromising her ethical standards. This part of the story emphasizes that maintaining integrity in business often requires courage, strategic thinking, and emotional resilience. A critical moment arises when Meesha considers introducing new chemical products to expand her services, but she is now acutely aware of the risks involved. Unlike before, she consults experts, verifies safety standards, and tests all products thoroughly. Her experience with the earlier scandal transforms her decision-making process, reinforcing the lesson that ethical awareness must guide professional innovation. Meesha's journey in Part 3 also explores her emotional growth and self-reflection. She struggles with lingering guilt over the previous scandal, worrying about the clients she unintentionally harmed. Yet, by taking proactive measures to prevent harm, she converts her remorse into constructive action. This demonstrates an important theme. Past mistakes can become powerful lessons that shape wiser, more conscientious choices. Meesha has established a reputable small-scale salon, gaining clients' trust and respect, while continuing to provide for Dora and maintaining their home. She has learned the value of patience, ethical responsibility, and diligence, which contrasts sharply with the impulsiveness and greed of her earlier actions. Meesha emerges as a more mature, resilient, and morally conscious individual, ready to face new challenges with experience, wisdom, and integrity. After establishing her small but reputable salon, Meesha begins to experience steady growth in her business. Her focus on ethical practices and careful service gradually builds client loyalty, and word-of-mouth referrals bring in new customers. This stage of her life highlights the benefits of integrity, hard work, and consistency in rebuilding one's professional and personal life after adversity. As her salon gains recognition, Meesha encounters new opportunities that test both her skills and her ethical judgment. Suppliers and business contacts approach her with various offers. Some are legitimate, while others promise quick financial gain through questionable shortcuts. These situations test Meesha's ability to balance ambition with morality, showing that success often comes with choices that define character. During this period, Meesha also begins to think strategically about expanding her business. She considers offering additional services like hair treatments, spa services, and beauty products. However, her prior experience with unsafe chemicals has made her extremely cautious. Before implementing any new service, she carefully researches the products, consults experts, and ensures the safety of her clients. This marks a significant change in her approach to business. She now values long-term sustainability over immediate profit, demonstrating the growth of her professionalism and foresight. A significant development in this part of the story is the introduction of Mika, the supplier, and his friend Josha, who continue to play pivotal roles. While Mika had previously witnessed Meesha's mistakes, he now offers her guidance and strategic advice. His friend Josha, while stern about accountability, supports Meesha's efforts to rebuild ethically, showing that even former critics can become allies when trust and good intentions are demonstrated. As Meesha navigates this period, she faces ethical dilemmas in marketing and product selection. For instance, some new products could increase revenue dramatically but carry subtle risks of allergic reactions. Meesha is now forced to weigh financial gain against client safety, reflecting her evolution from someone who once prioritized profit at all costs to someone who understands the profound responsibility of her role as a service provider. Meanwhile, her relationship with her younger brother Dora evolves as well. Dora, now slightly older, begins to understand the business and offers support. His presence provides emotional stability for Meesha and reinforces the theme of shared responsibility and family solidarity. Dora's growing awareness and maturity also reflect the impact of Meesha's guidance and resilience on shaping the next generation. As the salon gains prominence, Meesha faces unexpected social challenges. Some former clients, aware of her past mistakes, remain skeptical or wary. Additionally, competitors in the beauty industry attempt to discredit her, spreading rumors to undermine her hard-earned reputation. Meesha learns that maintaining success requires not only skill and ethics, but also strategic communication, reputation management, and emotional intelligence. These challenges test her patience, resilience, and judgment, pushing her to develop leadership and problem-solving skills. A turning point in this part occurs when Meesha is offered an opportunity to collaborate with a larger beauty chain, which could significantly boost her income and exposure. However, the offer comes with conditions that challenge her ethical boundaries, including the potential use of questionable products or aggressive marketing techniques. Meesha must decide whether to compromise her values for rapid growth or maintain her integrity and pursue steady, responsible expansion. This stage also explores Meesha's internal growth and moral reasoning. She reflects on her past mistakes and the consequences of her earlier greed. The narrative shows her developing a stronger sense of personal ethics, an understanding of cause and effect, and the importance of protecting her clients and community. Her actions are guided by principles rather than impulse, highlighting the transformative power of experience and accountability. Another important element in Part 4 is Meesha's interaction with her broader community. As her salon becomes more respected, she begins to receive support from local organizations and customers who appreciate her commitment to safe and professional services. This demonstrates that trust and reputation are built through consistent ethical behavior and dedication, reinforcing the theme that social respect cannot be rushed, but must be earned through genuine effort. Meesha has successfully navigated new business opportunities while maintaining ethical standards. She demonstrates the ability to balance ambition, responsibility, and morality, and her bond with Dora strengthens as they share in the challenges and successes of their journey. Meesha's story at this stage emphasizes growth through reflection, learning from past mistakes, and cautious yet ambitious expansion, preparing her for the next phase of life where she will face even more complex moral and social tests. As Meesha's salon gains prominence and stability, her life seems to be improving steadily. However, the story reaches a climactic phase where new challenges test her resilience, ethical judgment, and emotional strength. These challenges combine business pressure, moral dilemmas, and external threats, all of which force Meesha to confront the lessons from her past and the consequences of her decisions. A central conflict in this part arises when suppliers and business partners, tempted by profit, pressure Meesha to reintroduce high-profit but unsafe chemical products into her salon. Unlike in the past, these offers are not mere temptation. They are accompanied by intense social and financial pressure, including threats of losing clients or being outcompeted by rival salons. This creates a tension between ethical responsibility and financial survival, putting Meesha at a critical crossroads. Meesha also encounters personal betrayal and manipulation. Some individuals she trusted, including acquaintances from the industry, attempt to exploit her past mistakes to gain advantage or undermine her credibility. This tests not only her business acumen, but also her emotional resilience. She realizes that the stakes are higher than ever, as poor decisions could jeopardize both her livelihood and the trust she has rebuilt with clients and her community. At the same time, Meesha's younger brother, Dora, begins to assert his independence and understanding of the business. He notices potential risks and attempts to guide Meesha in decision-making, reminding her of the importance of client safety and ethical practices. Dora's maturity and insight become crucial, showing how family relationships evolve under shared responsibility and mutual support. This dynamic reinforces the theme of mentorship, accountability, and growth that runs throughout the story. The narrative then presents a moral dilemma of extreme weight. Meesha discovers a new chemical product that could attract large numbers of clients quickly. Her experience with past scandals reminds her of the potential consequences: health risks for clients, possible legal issues, and the moral cost of putting profit above safety. This internal conflict, the temptation of rapid financial gain versus the responsibility to her clients, is the central tension of this segment. Adding complexity to the climax, Mika and his friend Josha reappear. Josha, having previously exposed unethical practices, warns Meesha that even a single lapse in judgment could undo all her progress. Mika, meanwhile, advises collaboration and strategic thinking, highlighting that partnerships and guidance can mitigate risks if decisions are made ethically. The interplay between these characters emphasizes the importance of external counsel, accountability, and informed decision-making in times of crisis. The crisis escalates when some clients unknowingly become exposed to the harmful chemicals. Though unintentional, this incident threatens her hard-earned reputation, triggering fear, guilt, and social scrutiny. The story intensifies, showing that past experiences continue to influence present actions, and that vigilance, ethical diligence, and moral courage are essential for long-term survival. Meesha now must make a pivotal decision: either give in to external pressure and risk client health for financial gain, or uphold her ethical standards and potentially lose business. She chooses the latter, demonstrating significant moral growth and courage. This choice underscores the theme that true success is rooted in integrity and responsibility, not merely profit or popularity. Following this decision, Meesha focuses on strengthening her business through safe practices, client education, and professional excellence. She implements strict product verification, transparent client communication, and ethical marketing, rebuilding trust with her customers. This phase shows the importance of restorative practices. Correcting past mistakes not only prevents harm, but also restores credibility and respect. Through the climax, Meesha experiences emotional growth, resilience, and deeper insight into human behavior and business ethics. She learns that hard work alone is insufficient. Wisdom, integrity, and the ability to navigate complex moral landscapes are equally critical. Her journey emphasizes that real-life success involves constant learning, self-reflection, and ethical vigilance. Meesha has faced the peak of her challenges, reaffirmed her ethical principles, and prepared herself for sustainable growth. She has not only protected her business and clients, but also strengthened the emotional bond with Dora, ensuring that their shared responsibilities are guided by wisdom and integrity. This sets the stage for the final part, where Meesha's long-term stability, personal redemption, and full reconciliation with her past will unfold. After surviving the most challenging period of her life, Meesha enters a phase of reflection, learning, and long-term rebuilding. The events of the past, the loss of her parents, the responsibility for her younger brother Dora, and the mistakes in her business have left deep scars, but they also shape her into a wiser, stronger, and more resilient individual. This part explores how Meesha reclaims her dignity, rebuilds trust, and establishes sustainable success. The first step in Meesha's resolution is personal reflection and accountability. She spends time evaluating the choices that led to her previous downfall, particularly the use of harmful chemicals in her first salon. By acknowledging her mistakes, she embraces responsibility without self-pity, turning regret into a tool for self-improvement. This emotional maturity allows her to approach challenges with a clear mind and moral clarity, setting the foundation for lasting success. Meesha also focuses on strengthening her bond with Dora, who has grown both emotionally and mentally through the shared hardships. She ensures that Dora is not only cared for, but also educated about responsibility, ethics, and the value of honest work. Their relationship evolves into a true partnership where both siblings support each other, make joint decisions, and share in both the struggles and triumphs of daily life. This highlights the theme of family resilience and the power of shared purpose. Professionally, Meesha fully embraces safe, ethical, and high-quality practices in her salon. She expands her services gradually, introducing new treatments, hair care products, and beauty services that are verified for safety and effectiveness. Her commitment to client well-being earns her a reputation for reliability and integrity, attracting a loyal client base that trusts her implicitly. The story emphasizes that sustainable growth and long-term success are built on ethical foundations, not shortcuts. Meesha also develops strategic business skills, including effective client management, ethical marketing, and careful supplier selection. She avoids shortcuts and manipulative practices, ensuring that every aspect of her business aligns with her moral standards. This disciplined approach not only improves her financial stability, but also restores her credibility in the community, proving that integrity and hard work are compatible with prosperity. An important milestone in this phase is community recognition. People who were once skeptical of Meesha now acknowledge her professionalism, dedication, and ethical conduct. Clients return consistently, not only for her skills, but also because they trust her honesty and care. This transformation demonstrates that reputation and respect, once lost, can be rebuilt through consistent ethical behavior and diligence. Meesha's journey also explores the theme of mentorship and mutual support. Diva, Mika, and even Dora play significant roles in helping her navigate professional challenges. She learns that seeking advice, forming trustworthy alliances, and learning from others' experiences are crucial for growth. At the same time, Meesha herself becomes a mentor to younger professionals, teaching them the importance of ethics, skill, and resilience. This cycle of guidance reflects her personal evolution and the positive impact of her experiences on others. A key aspect of her redemption is restoring her personal dignity and self-respect. After facing public scrutiny and shame in the past, Meesha gradually rebuilds confidence and self-worth. She learns to forgive herself for past mistakes while ensuring that she never compromises her principles again. This emotional growth is central to her ultimate triumph, showing that true redemption requires both external and internal transformation. Financially, Meesha achieves sustainable stability. Her careful business practices, ethical approach, and client loyalty allow her to earn enough to provide for Dora, maintain her home, and invest in her professional growth. Unlike the fleeting wealth she once pursued through unethical shortcuts, this prosperity is reliable, respected, and morally sound. By the end of this final phase, Meesha has completely transformed her life. She is no longer the frightened, inexperienced girl struggling to survive in a city that took everything from her. Instead, she is a respected businesswoman, a responsible elder sibling, and a morally grounded individual. Her story concludes with a sense of justice, redemption, and hope, illustrating that even in the face of profound loss, ethical perseverance, resilience, and learning from mistakes can lead to lasting triumph.